Well, hello everybody. Welcome to this is already episode 6. I can't believe it of Off the Monorails. My name is Matt and welcome. Hello everybody. Hello Mel. Hello Samantha. Thank you guys for watching. And first and foremost, my heart goes out to all of the 28,000 cast members that were laid off by Disney earlier. Hello Roxy. Um since our last stream. So my heart goes out to them and everybody who's been affected by this crazy thing that's been going on. Hello Elle, hello everybody. Um so I've been thinking about what I wanted to talk about this week. And I kept going back and forth. Should I start the pins? I'm a big pin collector. I'm still waiting on a couple of things. Later on this week I do have some scents coming from a one of those candle companies. Um, I was hoping they would come a little bit earlier, but they didn't. But I'm still waiting for those pins to be sent out, and I'm eager. So I actually borrowed these from my brother, and these are some of his ears. Now, I'm wearing my People Mover hat right now, and I do love the People Mover. I was bummed. Like, that's something where it's like you have to go on the People Mover every time you're at Disney, but it was obviously in July, it was down. So, that was a big bummer. So, my brother likes to collect ears. So, most of these are actually his, except for maybe one or two. Now, on was this our first trip to Disneyland? I believe so. He was looking for these babies. Can anybody guess what this is? Who is this guy? It's the Hatbox Ghost. Mel's absolutely right. It is a Hatbox Ghost. Yeah. So it's got like this cool brick pattern here. I didn't realize he actually had a gold tooth. But you got the hair. On the back, it does say the Haunted Mansion, but you can currently only see the Hatbox Ghost at Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. Although I think they do sell some Hatbox Ghosts merchandise in Florida as well. So he was looking for these ears, and I think he found it outside on a cart, actually, right outside the mansion there. But I think this is probably his favorite pair of ears, and it's appropriate because it's Halloween time. So that's the first pair of ears here. Now, actually, I believe the next one set is mine. Again, none of these, I don't wear ears, these types of ears, because they don't fit my head. Case in point, this one. So, Roxy, I will ask him if he wants custom ears, okay? Anyway, so these are the glow with the show. I can't remember if these are the first version or the second version. No, these are version 2. My brother got these for me from one of his trips because they light up. And they're called Go with the Show because with all like the fireworks and the parades, they're supposed to glow with the show. I think came right around when Paint the Night was starting up, where the color they interact with. This is super fun. Again, let me put these on for you guys to show you how big of a head I actually have. Not made for a head like mine, for sure. But again, they're cool. They light up. I like anything that lights up. Let's. You love it even more now that my. Okay. All right. I think they're more made for a certain age, but they're still pretty. They're pretty awesome. So these are my pair of glow with the show ears, and again, the paint splatter. We just recently noticed that they're all Mickey Mouses. So of course you got the clear Mickey faces. But I just thought this was like generic paint splatter, but no, it's Mickey Mouse silhouettes. If you can tell. You got the little tag, the under penalty of law tag right there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. I lied. There are more of my ears in here, more than I thought. This is just your standard. Honestly, these kind of fit me better. I just kind of put it like this. Stick it up. But no, it does have my name etched in the back. I always wanted ears growing up as a kid. Well, yeah, they are classic ears. I've always wanted a pair of ears growing up. And again, my parents never would get me the ears. So last trip, I got some ears for my birthday. These fit a little bit better actually, but they still kind of look. I don't know. They need to have like two adult sizes. They do fit me. Yeah, it does fit. But of course, if you have to have the Disney one, oh no, they're not in here, are they? Oh no, they are. Of course, there's the Disney original Disneyland version. Now, of course, when they etch it, the name in, they try to do the same script font, but this person put, I don't know, this person put like these interesting loops for the T. Oh no, I guess I didn't notice that on the other one either. They're more pronounced on the Disneyland one than the Disney one. Disneyland, much smaller. My name's much bigger here. And I guess the swirl, I don't know. It looks just like a big yellow dot on this one. I don't know. Should I just? I don't know. These feel actually smaller than the Disney World ones. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, I thought I had more. Thought I had more in here. I guess not. I know I have more. I'll show them on a different stream because I'll have to run. But of course, got your two classic ears. There's a pair, another Walt Disney World one. It's my brother's. Of course, with this is just the classic script. You can get different types of fonts on there. Yeah, and they're both. I think they're both adult. I got these like within months of each other. Unless, yeah, no, this is an adult. It says 56 centimeters on there for those international people. Disneyland, Disney World. Oh, yeah. There's not even a official tag in here. Maybe they took it out or not. I don't know. Adult size, made in Thailand. Where's this one made? 100% polyester. Doesn't say where it's made. I don't know. Made in Thailand. I don't know. All right. They do look smaller. All right. And actually, I think these are probably my favorite. These are definitely my brothers. So thank you to him for letting me show you guys. But California Adventure has some ears as well. Just pop that out. They're a little bit dusty. We got Mickey and Minnie, California Adventure, the new style logo, I believe. I believe they still use this. But you've got a different rides on there. Now he got this his first trip, so these are a little bit old. But you got Goofy's Flying School, U.S. Route 66. I believe that's probably Cars Land right there. Ornament Valley, Radiator Springs. So again, Cars Land. Ariel for their Ariel's Under the Sea. So in California, the Ariel ride is actually in California Adventure. It's not in Ariel's castle. It's basically in a generic building in their Paradise Gardens area. This one says Soarin' Over California. So this is before Soarin' Over the World actually even existed, I believe. You've got Grizzly River Run right there, which is their whitewater rafting ride, which it gets you much more soaked than Kali River Rapids. Although Disney, when I wrote it, I like to call myself the Moses of Disney water rides because I end up not getting soaked whatsoever on any water ride, with the exception of Splash Mountain. That's a different story. But those river rapid rides, Grizzly River Run, Kali River Rapids, I never get the big brunt of the splashes. I never get soaking wet. So, but yeah, this one, like they have geysers that if they go off, pretty much everyone gets drenched, and you have to go back to your hotel room and dry off, or make sure you bring an extra pair of clothes or quick dry clothes, swimsuit or something, because you can get wet on that ride. Is there anything else on here? Oh, California Screamin'. Now that's right now it's called the Incredicoaster, but before the original incarnation was called California Screamin'. Both are the same roller coaster, same layout, same track. They didn't really change anything except for maybe the color of the ride vehicles. The soundtrack, they added obviously the Incredible. Of course, Aaron says show off. Incredible theme. But what I was going to say about it, although the launch voice right now is, I believe, Dash. The original launch voice of the California Screamin' ride was actually Neil Patrick Harris. Fun fact. So if you look on YouTube for California Screamin', just listen to the launch part, and it's Neil Patrick Harris. All right, so this last pair of ears, and I'm sad to say it's the last pair of ears. I know I have more that I can show you at a later time, but these are the Pride ones. You got the Mickey hands with the heart, rainbow ears, red with the blue trim. You see a lot of this. This was I forgot what year this was. I don't know if it says the year. Probably doesn't. But this is his. Very cool, very fun, and very supportive. I do like how Disney does have that rainbow collection. First of all, who doesn't like rainbows in general, right? But it does show that they're a more supportive company. So this is his rainbows here. I actually do like them. I don't know about the blue trim. I don't know. It just kind of looks a little bit weird. They could have chose a different color. I don't know. Maybe like white, or I don't know. White. I don't know. It looks from all this red and blue. It doesn't really tie in. I don't know. Maybe purple. Purple probably would have worked a little bit better. That's just me. But the reason why this bag is so heavy, and I showed this off on a live stream before. All of this is like maps. Most of these are Disney maps. Some of them are not. Actually, if I go through it, yeah, some of them are not. From all the trips that I've actually made, throughout my life, I do collect a lot of maps. And so this last trip, as I was commenting to some of you guys earlier today, I forgot the animal. Actually, I do have the Animal Kingdom map, but it's all scrunched up and like waterlogged from our Animal Kingdom day. So like I need a replacement for that. But I don't have the Hollywood Studios map. And I'm like, darn it. I need the map. Roxy, I don't know if she's talking about these ears right here. That sounds about right. But so again, it's a way to show your support and love for Disney as well, like, and your support for the LGBTQ community. So those are cool ears. But yeah, back to the maps. It's this thick of just like trips. Like again, some of these are like non-Disney. Like for some, this is a road map of Wisconsin. Again, it's a map. What else here? Some of these are like really old. I got this one in 2003. Trip to Washington D.C., the Holocaust Museum. It's a very sobering place to visit. They kind of warn you before you walk into the Holocaust Museum about just the powerful images that you're going to see when you walk in, and that some people it's too hard for some people to handle, and I can definitely see that's true. Being an 8th grader and walking through one of the box cars that that Germany used to transport people to concentration camps was I couldn't stand in it. It was horrible. And then they have shoes of actual concentration camp prisoners that ended up in the chambers. It's a very powerful museum, and I'm glad I went through it because it made it real. But yes, if you're in Washington D.C., this is a must do. And it's free to the public. All right, on a happier note. Again, I'm going to be a show off here, Roxy, because last November I did my first Festival of Holidays. Now it's called Festival of Holidays in California, a California adventure, not Festival of the Holidays. But it's more multicultural. This is their festival guide, and it kind of shows you, kind of like with Epcot, you have the festival passport. Actually, I do have a passport in here as well. But it shows you all the food booths, and it's like the entertainment. They have a Diwali dance troupe, which is a Indian dance for the Hindu holiday, I believe. You've got Viva Navidad with the Three Caballeros. You've got a band called Mostly Kosher, which they celebrate Hanukkah, and it's an eclectic musical tapestry that weaves together klezmer, jazz, Latin, and rock. But they're mostly kosher. So does that mean they eat bacon? I don't know. You've got they had like little mini cavalcades, like not a full-fledged parade, but it kind of reminded me of the cavalcades that you see now at Disney, where they just kind of go through. But they did have like a show stop at the end, and kind of they just dance around. But you had Mickey, Minnie, Clarabelle, when I saw the tail end of that, and they have like the toy drummers, not like the trumpeters, but they look pretty much the same, but it's like a drumming trip, like whatchamacallit, the Army Men and Toy Story Land. Those were fun. But again, we saw these in like 90-degree weather. Like these people wear these costumes in 90-degree weather, and they were sweating, and they were only out there for 15 minutes. So hats off to those cast members. Of course, you could visit Santa. And funny enough, if you're watching Chase Ross's or Chasing Florida's live stream earlier, SeaWorld, or not live stream, but a video from SeaWorld, they had a Brews and Chews booth at SeaWorld Orlando for their craft beer festival. Disney at California Adventure, they had Brews and Bites. Not Brews and Trues, but just Bites. But basically, it's the same thing like the Festival of the Holidays in Epcot, except there was definitely a little bit more of a Latin twist to it. If I pull out the pass, again, you got a passport with it. If I can pull this out, I probably should. Festival Holidays, California Adventure Park. You could get like stamps for like a puzzle, and then when you complete it, you can get a stamp of completion right over here. We were only there for a day. Of course, you can get festival merchandise, which I do have a pin from this. Again, if I attend a festival, got to get a pin. I'll show that off in a later stream. But what they have there, because the California Resort is more of a local park, they have something called the Sip and Savor Pass, which means that if you could pick it up at like a couple different places, but it gives you like 8 tabs. And actually, I do have one in here as well somewhere. Right here. This is what the pass looks. It's on a lanyard. It gives you 8 tabs, and you can go to different areas and you say, okay, I want that food item, and you give them a tab, and you get the food. I think it was like $50 for 8 pieces of food, which again, if you're a local and you're going multiple days, it's awesome. You save money. If you're there for one day, this is probably good for like 4. Like 4 was enough for me. I went with my brother. The other 4 was his. You get to keep the menu. So like they had like a chorizo queso dip, which was yummy. They had a tamale. There was like a pork and shredded beef tamale, which people were raving about. But I got like a Thanksgiving inspired tamale, which is kind of so. But again, it tells you all the places right there, all the food items. Now, the Sip and Savor, the sip part is only for non-alcoholic beverages. So if there was a horchata from one of the booths that I wanted to get with the rum, but again, you can't use the pass. I had to pay separately from them. But pass holders, they actually get a special lanyard. If you're a non-pass holder, you get these black. Yeah, it's a Thanksgiving tamale. Let me read the. Does it have a description in here? Oh, it just says what it is. It was a merry mashup. It was a turkey and stuffy tamale with cranberry relish. And I just kept hearing all day, people talking about this tamale, and they were talking about the other pork, the shredded beef tamale. I'm like, no wonder. But another cool thing about the California Adventure festivals, and it's something that I don't know if it would work at Epcot, but let's just say one of the booths had an extremely long line to order, and the booth right next to it had nobody. You can go to any booth and order any of the food. So let's say there's like a booth called Holiday Duets. Let's just say that line was so long, but you still want to order off their menu. You could go to the Merry Mashups booth and order from the Holiday Duets. So if there's food from multiple booths that you wanted, you can go to one booth, order it all there, and you just go to the pickup counters for each of the booths and pick up the food. One place to order, but you still have to go to each of the booths to pick up. So I thought that was cool. Maybe again, Epcot could do that with their festivals, but there's so many booths to choose from, and I don't know. Maybe the way that they have it set up is not really conducive for that anyway. So, but yeah, the Sip and Savor Pass though, maybe something for locals, especially right now. They don't have the meal plan. Like this was like a meal plan for us. So maybe they could, I don't know, think about this for the Festival of the Holidays, or maybe the Taste of the Festival of the Holidays, what they're going to do, or what they're going to call it. Maybe that's something they could do for for them. Yeah, it's definitely a quicker way to order. But back to these maps here. some of these, like this one, I don't know, it's in German, but I grabbed this. I can't read German. I don't know German, but I grabbed the German map. I forgot what year this was. You can always tell by the cover and the way that the maps are styled, because they do change from year to year, even just subtly. This one right here. This one, guide map, let the memories begin. And then you remember, like this is so old, it's talking about regular FastPass and how to use the regular FastPass, not mobile. So this is pre FastPass Plus. I believe this has copyright does say copyright 2011, so this would be 2011. But this one is advertisement for Pirates of the Caribbean. But I like saving the maps because it's a quick and easy souvenir. Like if you're cheap, grab a map. But for me, I'm also a history buff. I don't have do I have them? Al's asking me, do I have the maps organized by year? I do not. I should, but I do not. But it's kind of like a time capsule. If you kind of look at this, of just how, now wait for it. Guess what's missing from the map? This map is so old, there's a lot of things missing. How about up here? No Storybook Circus, no Toontown. So they were building New Fantasyland, the Fantasyland, I think they call it Fantasyland Forest, right over here. When I was there, I could just remember the construction walls and being there and be like, wow, this looks different without the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Lagoon. But it actually has a PT for a pin trading location at Frontierland Trading Post. It's got the older layout for the Speedway, but it's cool to see how the park changes. 38 you got is Stitch's Great Escape is still on this map, but it's a little mini time capsule. New Fantasyland, Fantasyland Forest. Yeah, I think that's what they call New Fantasyland. You got the old section, the new section, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna pull out a random map here. Another random map. Ooh, this is not a map, but this is still pretty cool. Whenever you eat the coral reef, they're probably not doing this right now. Or maybe you get because this was a souvenir. But this was from 2011, the Coral Reef Guide to all the fish. So these are all the fish that in 2011 that they had in the tank at the Living Seas. So you can see from this would be the Seas with Nemo and Friends. It was the Seas with Nemo and Friends when we were there. But it carried over from when it was the Living Seas. But yet, tells you like you got the spot was it the cow nose ray? You got the spotted ray towards the bottom right there. 3 different types of rays. You got some fish. I believe there are tortoise, sea turtle. I believe there are sharks in there, but I don't see the shark here. Gives you some fun facts while you're eating at the Coral Reef restaurant. It tells you a little bit about the Disney Wildlife or Worldwide Conservation Fund on the back there. So that's pretty cool. And this is where I actually had my graduation dinner in 2011 from college. A graduation / birthday dinner. They sat us right next to the tank, and that's pretty cool. That's the only reason why I wanted to eat here, because I wanted to eat next to the fishes. I don't want to sleep with the fishes. I want to eat next to the fishes because that's what Danny Tanner did on Full House. All right. What else is here? Because I know I have some pretty old ones that I wanted to show. I think this is it. Is this it? Oh, no, that's the water park one. Oh, no, that's not it either. Is it towards the front? Sorry, like I said before, I have a lot of guide maps here. Oh, this is not what I wanted to show you, but Downtown Disney. I've never been to Disney Springs, and it's as Disney Springs. I've only been to as Downtown Disney, but they have the guide map, and they break it down with all the stores that were basically there. I never actually got to visit Pleasure Island. Too young to visit Pleasure Island. That really disappointed me, because some of the things like the Adventurers Club would be something I would want to see. And that whole Adventurers Club is they're using that whole society of explorers and adventurers throughout all the Disney parks now, and to take where it kind of originated out of the question. I know I only heard good things about it, like talking to people and hearing people. Yeah, it looked fun, and it's like, oh, there's fireworks every night. And like, for me, being like a kid and a teenager, like, ooh, fireworks. Although a teenager's like, teenager would be like, oh, let's sneak me into that. Well, that's a different story. Anyway, it's cool to see that Raglan Road was in part of Downtown Disney. So Raglan Road's right there. And that kind of went over Harley Davidson. There's the Comedy Warehouse. There's a comedian. I forget. I was listening to it on Sirius XM, one of the comedy stations, and he does like a whole set that he had to play Disney World. And for his jokes, like he had to tone it down so much because they were mostly X-rated. They're not X-rated jokes, but they're for like 21 and over. But it's like when you're there, it's like these people are on vacation for the most part. A lot of these people are on vacation, and you can't make a lot of these jokes. So I would have wanted to see the comedy club, and they had like a 70s and 80s dance hall. Mannequins, apparently a cigar bar, and like a BT soundstage and motion. You got some shopping there, but you got Planet Hollywood still there. You, of course, got the theater, Disney Quest. I've been to Disney Quest, and I gotta say, on a rainy day or a rainy evening, or you're supposed to go to the water park, it was a good place to visit. But would it be a replacement of a park? When I went there, a lot of the games were already outdated, and it's something like, think a little bit more of like a Disney version of Game Works. They had a Tiki Beach bar. Where? Who had a Tiki Beach bar? I don't see it on here. See, again, Squirrel. The Rainforest Cafe, Team Mickey, The Disney Days of Christmas, Once Upon a Toy, World of Disney. But I don't know. Does everyone remember? See, this might have been before even this map was printed out. But can we just say something? Oh, the Virgin Megastore, Superstore. Does everyone remember the Virgin Superstore? I remember it's big, just CDs and stuff like that. But again, I'm covering up what I wanted to show you. The whole Planet Hollywood, basically the whole globe right there, which is like their logo as a building. I don't know. I never liked it. You have the blue bucket. You got to show me sometimes. I want to see that blue bucket. But this is for me, downtown Disney for my family was always our last stop. It was we would always stop at Ghirardelli for some ice cream or some chocolate. Um, stack up a chocolate for the trip home, which was in a couple days. We'd go to my grandmother's house first, and then um, we'd go home. But we always had like bags and bags of Ghirardelli chocolate. It was really before we found a lot of it in the stores. But that would be one of our stops. And always, World of Disney would go in, get one last souvenir, shop, and you had to pick wisely. And I'd always take my time, be the last one to pick something. But yeah, I don't know. I like Disney. From what I've seen, Disney Springs, I think it looks a lot better. It looks more cohesive because you have like the marketplace looked way different than the West Side. I mean, it didn't look like it all belonged. Oh, but there are some maps like for some reason I think this is Japanese. Japanese or is that Japanese? I think those are Japanese characters. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. We got Japanese Magic Kingdom map. Sometimes I just go crazy with the maps. Nope, not that one. Some of these are from California, but I'm looking for some that are like, I have some that are like 20 years old. I think these are it. No. Yes? No. Aha, here we are. These are the ones. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. We don't have a lot of time for all these. But I know this is exciting, right? Maps. I like maps. But where's the copyright on here? This is copyright 2002. First of all, Disney MGM Studios here. And again, I don't remember the exact year I got this map, only because again, I don't write. Well, actually, this is probably 2004. This would be the winter of 2004. Big giveaway right there. Sponsored by Kodak. But does everyone remember getting the guide map to look at the Fast Pass attractions? Got those right there. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And you open this up, you got the dining right there, but it's ta-da! The MGM ones. Oh no, I still call it MGM. I still call it MGM. L. But you got the backlot tour. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Walt Disney's One Man Dream. Voyage of the Limmer, I think was there for a while. Magic Disney Animation, where you can do the animator tour, which I remember doing that tour once and seeing they were making Lilo and Stitch. So this has got to be 2001. That was pretty cool to watch going through the animation studio. Not there anymore. Coming in 2005, Lights, Motor, Action. This is where Residential Street was right here, and they took that away for the motor car stunt show. Playhouse Disney live on stage. Can we have a moment of silence for the Great Movie Ride? I agree, L. The backlot tour was such a good ride. I miss it. And they had the water show with the Tinker disaster, where they like threw water on like people could volunteer. They pulled people from the queue and they did the water tank stunts. For that call, but it's like a Pearl Harbor-esque type World War II, and the director was just like, look up the sky, kind of wave and run around. And my mom actually did that. That was so fun, kind of watching her get drenched with water. uh, that was fun. It's so cool. It's like when you see, it's like, who do they pick? And this all of a sudden, it's like, you want to be in it? Oh, fine. All right. I think they look for people that are happy and agreeable. And that was my mom to a T. Happy and agreeable. But you got Beauty and the Beast, Rock and Roller Coaster. Like some of these are still, a lot of these rides are still there. Muppet Vision, Star Tours, the Stunt Spectacular. Ooh. Sounds dangerous. Drew Carey as a cop, where you basically put on earphones and you just listen to, or Drew Carey as a cop, and he swallows his camera and the camera goes dead. And all you can hear is just sounds and crashing noises. Yeah, that was interesting. It actually has the infamous Disney. If you see right there, I'll zoom in. It has the orange, or not the orange, that's yellow. The yellow circle with the exclamation point, which means it could be too scary for little kids. Which I can see why, just hearing crashing noises and stuff. I think there's only one ride in all Disney World now that has that warning. I think it's tough to be a bug. It still has that question, or not the exclamation point. They keep calling us question or exclamation or a question mark. But boy, does the park look different now, right? All this, like, there's stuff right here now. Like, this is gone. There's like Galaxy's Edge is like right over here. Is it right over here, I believe? Somewhere right over here, yeah. Toy Story Land's right over here. No more Mickey. You still have a little bit of Mickey Avenue. This part of it is Pixar. Was the Pixar courtyard that's no longer Pixar Place, no longer there. Still have Commissary Lane. All this, the Streets of America is now Grand Park. A little bit of Grand Park. Grand Park right there, and then this would be Galaxy's Edge. You still got Echo Lake, the Animation Courtyard. I guess it's still called. Is it still called the Animation Courtyard? Yeah, I think what you're talking about is part of the. I don't remember the Honey I Shrunk the Kids one. I know they had the playset. In the Streets of America area, but I think that was a part of there was 2 parts to it. I never was there for the first part. Because I believe that would be where the Millionaire attraction is. That Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is now Toy Story Mania. Right over there. But yeah, like, again, my parents just like, he wants another map. But again, like, it's history. You can always take a look back at history. But this is the last one I kind of wanted to show you. Again, this is from 2004. I think there are older maps in here, trust me. That actually, I remember when they used to put like the dates, and the maps actually were the times guides. But do you remember that big push for Animal Kingdom? Not a zoo. Get it? Not a zoo. That they're like, it's not a zoo, it's much more than that. But if we open this map up, can anybody tell me what's missing from the map besides Pandora, Camp Mini Mickey? But what else is missing from here? It's kind of a giveaway, only because it kind of says that it's coming soon. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds, because I know there's a little bit of lag there. Something on this ride doesn't work and hasn't worked for a while. Another hint. Expedition Everest. Journey to the Forbidden Mountain, or I think that's what it's called. But yeah, there's no Everest on this one. And of course, you again, Camp Mini Mickey. Festo the Lion King right now is over here. Used to be part of Camp Mini Mickey. The Disco Yeti. I thought it was a good hint. Disco, like the strobe light. Like they put a strobe light over the Yeti and they call it Disco Yeti. Disco. Okay. All right. Yeah, see, these are all 2004 maps. I know I have a map from like either 2001 in here or something. Or at least I thought I did. Those are some of the older maps that I do have. Of course, I have some from the most recent trips as well. I do also save the times guides as well. You've only ridden... I gotta ask you, Al, why only once? Why only once? I guess I don't. Maybe there's a second bag. I think there's a second bag somewhere. Motion sickness going backwards. Okay. All right. You get a free pass on that one. You get a free pass on that one. All right. Okay. Now, I got to talk about a little bit about this with Halloween at Disneyland. Again, this was 2 years ago. But the cool thing about this is they tell you all the special Halloween offerings inside the map, like Ghost Galaxy for Space Mountain. Like, it's in the dark, it's cool. Ghosts scare the crap out of me at the end. Haunted Mansion Holiday, of course, is a must-do, which is the front cover of the map. Yes, Roxy, I am showing off before you even type it. You've got a Dia de los Muertos festival area in Frontierland. Big Thunder Ranch, they don't do this anymore because that's Galaxy's Edge. And I got Halloween Party on select nights, private event. They now call it Oogie Boogie Bash, and that's at California Adventure. But yeah, they even put it on the park maps there, and then Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy's there. And again, pumpkin instead of the tree. Like, that's Disney World needs to do this, and I agree. Haunted Mansion definitely doesn't need to be decorated for Halloween, or no, you're saying that, like, you want to see the decoration for Halloween. Well, it's Halloween and Christmas. California Adventure, again, they have special events there too. Again, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, they have a daytime version, which is the regular version, and the nighttime version is a special Monsters After Dark, which is much scarier. I didn't ride the Monsters After Dark version. I've only read the original, but I hear it's fun. But again, I like how they put, like, they have a map, and I like how all the Halloween offerings and Christmas offerings too are available during the day. And again, this is Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. You're right, it does need in Disney World, but this is Sleeping Beauty Castle. How it does look, honestly, they decorate both sides of the castle pretty much in California, and there's decorations in every land. Like, literally every land except for Star Wars Land and Tomorrowland gets Christmas decorations, and it's something they need to do that at Disney World as well. Although I don't think we're going to see it this year. Wishful thinking, but again, I've actually had these macarons the Santa hat at the Jolly Holly Bakery. Very pepperoni, very delicious. I would definitely recommend. I didn't have the candy cane beignets, but again, you have the It's a Small World holiday, and they do a projection show on there. It's pretty cool. And again, when you go through it, they have all the Christmas decorations, and they play a couple Christmas carols, and they intermingle it with the Small World ride soundtrack. Lights, and they put like Christmas inspired smells in there. Like again, there was a horchata cinnamon smell. I believe there was a pine smell. I think it was one of the areas was like a cherry smell. I would have to look it up again, but they put those smellerizers in there, and it's pretty cool. Again, I'm on the fence with It's a Small World, but the Christmas ride, when it's Christmas decorations, Christmas lights, I'm all in. And again, it's not the same and because it's not just the Small World ride, they put Christmas carols in it too. It makes it a little bit more manageable to listen to the soundtrack. If you're not really a person that's fond of the Small World soundtrack, it's just the chorus of It's a Small World After All, not the verses, just the chorus with like jingle bells. And I forget what the ending song is now. I was actually just watching the video that I took a couple days ago, and yeah, and like I love It's a Small World. I love It's a Small World holiday, and this how like the lights on the outside of they put Christmas carols in it. Yeah, I like the how they light the exterior of It's a Small World too. It's one of the most beautiful sights there is at a Disney park. I like it looks better than the castle at both Florida and California. I'll say that. Disneyland does Christmas better. They do. I do also have to say is that Space Mountain when we went was Hyperspace Mountain, the Star Wars themed Space Mountain when we were there. I didn't get to ride the original version of Space Mountain, their normal Space Mountain. I've only done overlays in California, believe it or not. But yeah. Folks, if you're on the East Coast and you ever have a chance to go to Disneyland for Christmas, you got to do it. You got the parade, you got Christmas offerings, and it's included with the park ticket. You do not have to pay basically the same price almost for a very Merry Christmas party. All those offerings are just for everybody at any day. Although again, open this up. If you're listening, open this up. They're probably not going to be doing any Christmas stuff this year, unfortunately. But hopefully 2021, cross your fingers. They'll get stuff done. All right. I talked a lot about maps today, didn't I? I guilty as charged. I like maps, and this is proof. Like this weighs at least a couple pounds. It does. I will definitely sort through this, and if I can find one of my older maps, which I know there's one in here. I know I have that may be the oldest one I have, but I thought I had older ones. I might have had at one point, but again, it's one of those things where parents just go, he's never going to need these, and just toss. So I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Good weekend. It's cold here. Like it's definitely like long sleeve, turn on the heat weather, at least up north. I'm not liking it. I want the 70s to come back a little bit longer. I want to be outside a little bit longer than stuck indoors. I don't know about you guys, but I got to get something off my chest here. How many of you guys like candy corn? Just put like a thumbs up in the chat for candy corn if you like candy corn. Because I'm gonna call out people that don't like candy corn. Like, it is delicious. It is delicious. I was talking to Candy Mom, Cynthia, yesterday on Life with Roxana's. No, I was on Life with Roxana's live stream a couple days or yesterday, and she said she hated candy corn. Or no, she said she loved candy corn. Everybody else hated candy corn. And Elle, just for that, I will time you out. It is the most delicious holiday Halloween snack there is. Like, you have the traditional flavored candy corn, and I'm just like with what Candy Mom said. I take it bit by bit. I start with the white part, and then I nibble on like the middle part, and then like which I believe it's the orange part, right? It goes white, orange, and then the yellow. You get basically what looks like a corn kernel, and I knew it color by color. So like hearing her say that last night, I'm like, I found someone exactly like me that eats candy corn the same way. Like, candy corn is really divisive, and that and Peeps. A lot of people don't like Peeps either. Yeah, and it just Elle was saying that she was she added extra for everybody. I'm sorry. I know this is all good fun, and you'll be back in probably about 100 seconds. All right. I have a little bit too much power on my own channel, right? Maybe a little bit too much. Hope. But I don't know. Like, funny thing, I'm a big Disney fan, but I never actually had a Disney costume for Halloween. 1 year I was a vampire. A couple years I was an M&M. We just reused the costume over and over again. Like the big red M&M, plastic gloves. I stopped wearing it because people kept tugging on it, like, let me, like, where's the chocolate? I'm like, okay. When, like, it's no longer a fun costume to wear anymore. My elementary school, excuse me, for the first 4 years, you had to be like a storybook character, like, or a historical figure. Like the elementary side, you had to be a historical character, or like the K through 3 would be like a storybook character, and 4th and 5th grade you could be historical figure or storybook character. And when we had a costume parade, you had to hold the book where your character was from. So a lot of times I was a firefighter. We had this like firefighter book, and you held the book. There was like a little contest, and I don't know if you won anything, but parade around the whole school. But then for 5th grade, they just said, forget it, wear whatever costume you want. And so that's how I was the M&M. Yeah, 1 year as a clown. Oh, this was probably like my favorite as like a little kid. I was a die, like a dice, tossing the dice right there. That was a homemade costume where the top we used like a pie plate. Again, write this down if you're looking for a Halloween costume. Like, this is a good idea. Write it down. We took a pie plate, spray painted it black, let it dry, hooked it on. And so the top part of my head was the one, and then we took a cardboard box, some straps, and we put the other sides. Obviously, opposite sides of the die equals 7, so you had like 3 and 4, 5 and 2, obviously needed a place for my legs, so there was no sixth side to the die. But that was actually a good costume. I forgot about that costume. Um, Usually we don't. That as a baby, I'll always be a clown. What else? My brother one year was John Smith from Pocahontas. I think it was Simba one year. He was Simba one year. So he was all the Disney stuff. I wasn't. I was very boring and very plain. One year, like for work, we would dress up for Halloween. I'm cowboy one year, but I looked more like a farmer than a cowboy, I guess. um, a couple. I think that was the only year we had like a department wide Halloween costume. So this year, I actually right now in Shop Disney they have a they're having a sale on the older version of the Buzz Lightyear Spirit jersey. So I guess I can call myself Buzz Lightyear this year. I don't know. I'm probably not going to dress up. But it's not the 25th anniversary one, but there's one that apparently they're trying to get rid of. It was only $30. So that's coming in the mail. I'll show it to you guys. That'll be my first real long sleeve Spirit jersey. I'm just hoping that the arms actually fit me. One year I was a zombie hockey player. Actually, a couple years I was a zombie hockey player. Or a zombie or a ghost hockey player, and I took like makeup and just put the stitches on there. Although people just think I thought I was just a regular hockey player. When you have all the stitches, I'm like, oh well, I guess so. And then one year people kept calling me, or I was a zombie baseball player. And they're just like, oh, are you the curse, the Billy Goat curse? I'm like, whatever you want me to be. So I really need to think out these things before I actually do it, because it sounds like a good idea to me. Probably isn't a good idea. So, all right. I deserve that, but I am removing that message right there. All right, again, it was all in good fun. I won't, like, I know it's just candy corn. Like, there are bigger things in this going on in this world right now than who likes candy corn and who doesn't like candy corn. It was a joke. Now I'm hungry. So so last thing for tonight, I just want to give a shout out to Chasing Florida. Had his first ever YouTube video earlier today. Visiting SeaWorld. I mentioned it earlier, but I want to congratulate him. He put a lot of effort. It's a half-hour long video, and I heard he had to chop. I know if I made a vlog like that, it would probably be like 2 hours long, and you'd be falling asleep. Through it. And plus, right now, I don't know what I would really video around here. Nothing's really open in terms of fun things to do. Well, you got them all. Maybe I could do them all. But I just kind of thought about my next topic here, because what he's doing on Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time on his channel is he's going to review some Halloween treats from a bakery. Starts with an A. I can't remember. I'm not a Floridian, so I don't know what that bakery was. The reason why I'm kind of brought up, I'm staring kitty corner to me right now is a kitchen sink, a mini kitchen sink. Maybe I'll show off that that next time. Because yes, on my trip to Florida back in July, I did have a little bit of a taste, more than a taste, of the kitchen sink, of the mini kitchen sink from Peaches and Cream, which they got new costumes. You guys. So those colorful costumes that they had, they're no longer. They're still kind of like the 50s theme, but they're gender neutral. So there's not like a female version. Excuse me, pardon me. Female version and a male version of the costume. It's just unisex. They kind of look boring to me. But yeah, I'll show you the kitchen sink next time. And you know what? I don't know. What else should we talk about? Favorite Disney rides? Maybe I can bring a guest or two on. I don't know. Maybe even Elle will come on. I don't know. But judging by her reaction in the chat, I love you as a friend too, Elle. That's probably not going to happen, but we'll talk favorite rides next time. So, and The Mandalorian's coming out October 30th. I can't wait I'm now waiting for October 30th to roll around. I should have watched The Mandalorian last weekend because now I want more. I don't have to wait too long, but it's just like, come on, let's get that first episode going. I need stuff to watch. That and like they're out of playoffs. Every NL Central team, if you're a baseball fan, by the way, every NL Central team lost the wild card round. There's 4 of the 5 NL Central teams. 80% of the NL Central got into the playoffs. None of them won their first series. Quit showing off. Quit showing off what? I could talk about Disneyland the whole entire time and just like what to do first and what I like, what I didn't like about it. There were a couple of things I didn't like, but I'll say that for another day. Because November is coming up really quickly, and the NL Central. Oh, boo! Yeah, Well, it's only East and the West that are left now. So I've been twice. I am not, by no means am I the Disneyland expert. But like I said before, one thing that Disney World needs to do is they need to put decorations throughout the park. I will say it, they need to put decorations throughout the park. See, I've gone off the rails. Again, I need to have like a I need to create a banner and just flash it on the screen with like bells and whistles saying off the rails. Like that was my goal, but I'm not too technologically savvy. I can't even speak properly. For me to make that happen. It would be like a slow thing on this. Again, Elle, you're pushing my buttons here. I have nothing against the NL Sun or the NL East except for the Marlins. I've had a grudge against the Marlins since 2003. Let's just say that. Again, if you're a baseball fan, you know why. But again, there's always next year for the Cubs. Again, it was a weird season. They did win the NL Central, so they're the best of all, like the losers, I guess, if you have to say that. But at least the Cardinals are not winning the World Series. For me, the Cardinals aren't winning. If the Yankees don't win it, I'm good. I'm happy. Anything but the Cardinals. I hope the Marlins lose, and I hope the Yankees lose. So I'm just a big sorry to all you Yankees fans out there, or if you are a Marlins fan or are a Cardinals fan, I guess. Braves, I'm indifferent. I do root for the Rays. Like if I have to go anything, it'd be Cubs first. If I had to pick an American League team, that second one would be the Rays because I did have relatives that lived in the Tampa area. So that would be like my number 2 team. Yep, and it could be a big year for Tampa. Um, did the Rays advance? I don't remember. I was only there's been so much going on right now. Yeah, they won the series, so they're going on to the next round. So yeah. So hopefully they can go back to the World Series and finally get their first World Series ring very shortly. So that would be pretty cool for Tampa to have potential, or the Stanley Cup, the World Series trophy. And again, with Tampa and the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, you never know. That could be 3 right there. They don't have an NBA team, unfortunately. So all the possible major sports that they could win, they have a really good shot. So again, I went off the rails here, like I usually do. Let's get back on track. And I'm just going to say thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. There should be a like button somewhere here, a subscribe button somewhere here. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And again, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm really bad at endings, so I'm just going to leave it as so long. See you on the next one.